5 days and counting. That's when state lawmakers are supposed to end their regular session in Springfield.
The people are speaking, and we want education.
But lots of people from the governor on down don't want anyone to leave the Capitol until the state's education funding crisis is solved. CBS 2's Dana Kozlov reports.
Where's the money? Where's the money?
It's education crunch time in Illinois.
I love my job. Don't take away my job.
Faced with massive education cuts and a week left in Springfield to find a solution, hundreds rallied outside Chicago's Lane Tech High School to put the pressure on state lawmakers.
The legislators need to hear from us in the next 7 days.
Have you ever done anything like this before?
No, not really, but I don't want my art class to get cut.
Governor Quinn's budget calls for a $1.3 billion cut to school funding unless lawmakers agree to a 1% income tax surcharge specifically for education. And he's not backing down.
So I'm going to keep speaking up for education, for children, for parents.
For the income tax surcharge.
Yeah, I think that's the fairest way to go.
Without that, educators say thousands will be laid off, programs will be cut, and class sizes will skyrocket. But just last week, Senate President John Cullerton said there remains little, if any, support in the Senate for these cuts to schools, but wants a cigarette tax, not an income tax hike.
Now, cigarette tax, raising the price of cigarettes, is something that I can support.
Clearly, there's no compromise in sight, and it's an election year. Quinn suggests it could be a very long month.
But the bottom line is the General Assembly is not going home with cuts in education. You know, we're going to keep them there until we get a investment in schools in Illinois that's proper.
Steve Brown, the spokesperson for Speaker Mike Madigan, told me about a half hour ago that there isn't any support for that income tax surcharge in the House. Madigan does support the cigarette tax, though. He thinks a budget can be passed by Friday, but how education will fare, he cannot say right now.
So then the waiting game just continues.
And a lot of negotiating.
All right. Thank you, Dana.